What's up, everyone? This is Chris back with another E39 M5 wagon build video. Today we're going to be building a sleeper exhaust system. And so a sleeper is a car that would have a lot of power but not look like it. And so today we're going to be building a sleeper exhaust system to make this car sound like a stock 540i. So I have the stock 540 system, and I also have this welder that we got from Harbor Freight. We're going to be removing the collectors that we have on the car right now, cutting up the factory 540i exhaust system, and then we're going to weld those two together, and it's going to sound completely stock and quiet. So let me know what you guys think of this exhaust system. Let's go ahead and get right to work on it. We're going to build something cool, and I hope you enjoy watching.
So first things first, let's go ahead and unbox this welding machine that we just bought. Now this is a 125 amp welding machine from Harbor Freight. This is not the cheaper model. This is the titanium series, Easy Flux 125. And so it has not only adjustable wire speed, but it also has adjustable amperage or voltage as well. So that makes this machine a little bit better, a little more adjustable when you're gonna be laying down a bead. And also this thing is only 15 pounds and much smaller than the other version. And the other version I think is something like 39 pounds. So everything that you need comes in the box. You get a full roll of MIG wire. This is 0.030 inch size. And the machine is set up to use a 0.030 and 0.035 inch wire. So you have a couple of choices on wire size, but it's pretty easy to set up. You're just gonna go ahead and put your wire spool into the tray here and then feed it into the shaft and over the roller. And then you're gonna wanna adjust the tension on the roller right here when you first use the machine. But once you've got the wire installed, you're gonna go ahead and use the cold feed button, and that's gonna feed the wire all the way to the gun, and hook up your welder to the power outlet, and you'll be good to go. So now we're gonna go straight to getting the car up in the air so that we can mock up our exhaust system. Now here is the factory 540i exhaust. It is a smaller diameter than the M5 exhaust, but unfortunately I don't have that one anymore. So we're gonna have to make do with this 540 system for now, and later down the road we might switch it up and do something different. So I cut off the collectors where I thought that it would line up pretty good, but it looks like the angle is a little bit different, so it came out a little bit lopsided on both ends. But that just means that we're gonna have to go ahead and cut these reducers at an angle as well. So here I am making the reducer a little bit shorter on the small end, and then on the large end I was cutting them at an angle, kind of like you can see here. So cutting it at an angle so that the reducer would make a join to both ends. So here it is mocked up, and you see that I've got a Sharpie marking where I want to cut and trim more off, but otherwise I thought it'd be pretty good if I welded it direct as close to the catalytic converter as possible, and so that's what we did. Here you can see how I cut the catalytic converter and how I cut the reducer as well, and they both slide right over each other. And this is what it looks like mocked up before I tacked it in place and gave it structure so that I could get it out of the car, remove the exhaust system from the car, and then weld it. So here are my welds. Now this is a flux welder, so there is no gas, so you get a little more slag than if you did on a gas welder, obviously. But we're not going to lose any sleep over this because, again, it's an exhaust system and you're not going to see it once it's under the car. So as you can see, we had the exhaust fully pulled out so that we could weld it out here, and then before you know it, we had the exhaust ready to reinstall. So here is what my bad welds look like. Brace yourselves. Again, not the prettiest solution, but it is functional and it's going to really make a sleeper car for us.
So this is a cold start from inside the car with our new exhaust installed. The noise that you're actually hearing from outside the car is the secondary air pump valve opening, but I don't have the hose connected and I don't have the motor connected either. So it's just a little bit of weird exhaust noise during cold start for a few seconds. From the back, it sounds and looks very stock. Super glad engine bay is coming together really nicely. I still need to come up with a solution for restoring the plastics, I think, all around. I don't want to replace them just yet because that's pretty expensive, but we'll see if we can restore them and make them look fresh and black. But we also need to get some bolts here. Engine is running a lot quieter now. It is quieter than the first time we started because oil has circulated all over the motor and filled up all the valve caps, and no more ticks, no more noises. I think maybe we do still need to do the Vanos rebuild, so I look forward to showing you guys a video on that. But for now, I'm really happy with how it's running. We did our first oil change, and now we can move on to some more aesthetic, some more driving function oriented things. So we need to fill our AC system and make sure that our AC system is working. I also think that the power steering pump is starting to fail because the power steering feels really heavy. And we also need to wire in the control for the sports steering. So we're gonna have to create a connector from the DME to the connector that's over here for the steering. And that's gonna give us access to the sport button inside the car. So look forward to that video. For now, we're gonna move the car out of here after it's done warming up, and I'm gonna show you guys how it sounds. And as you can see here, this exhaust has not been used in a while and has accumulated a lot of condensation in it. So no surprise that we got some fluid coming out of here. But as you can see, it is very, very quiet. What a sleeper. What do you think? Is this car a sleeper, or does the license plate kind of tell a different story? So that's going to conclude today's video. I know I don't have the prettiest welds on the exhaust system, but hey, you're not going to see it. And I think we learned something by practicing with the welder, and hopefully we'll be able to get better at it in the future. For now, the car sounds pretty good, but so quiet. It's quieter than I would prefer. Most of my cars, I will at least do like a muffler delete. And so currently this car has a full stock system. It's about as quiet as you could make it. I think that next I might want to do the rear muffler delete. So maybe just bypassing that to like a 3 or 4 inch tip at the back, because that would give me a little bit more volume, but still be quiet inside the car, and more just louder under load. So when I'm doing like a pull on the highway or something. I've also considered maybe doing the cutouts underneath. I know some people that do those, and then you get, you know, huge loud noise when the cutouts are open, but otherwise it would be quiet. Or, you know, maybe we can just save up some money and, you know, buy the quad exhaust conversion, do the rear bumper and all that, because that would look pretty cool too. So I hope you enjoyed watching today's video. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that now. Click the button below. It helps support us. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.